Hey BookTube. This is going to be my wrap up catch up. Um, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that have been going on with me and let you know what I read last week and over the weekend because I didn't do the Friday reads, completely forgot, and my life's just been really weird. I was in the middle of doing this, watching me write a book series kind of thing. And right when I started that, a lot of things in my life changed. So it was kind of difficult to continue that. And basically, the thing, like all of the insurance and knee stuff, is annoying and all that. But the things that have made me strange last week and continuing on into this week is that my daughter is in high school, and that's fine. Like, she just started high school. Um, but she has like a life outside of the home, and that's fine. But it is different and it is kind of sad. And so I can't even ground her for anything because she gets like straight A's. So it's like I can't even like force her to like stay home kind of thing. Beyond that, Zoe got a job, and so she's like not home like 9 hours of the day. And that's weird because for the last 4 years, with the exception of me going on tour, I have spent like every day with her all day long. So now I have this empty house, except for the dogs, and it's just really quiet, with the exception of the dogs. Um, and just like little things, like I don't turn lights on right away when the sun goes down. So it gets darker now that I'm here by myself. Because Zoe would either be the one to turn the lights on as it was getting dark, or Shaylee would just run around and turn lights on and forget to turn them off. So that's the trash truck. So, like, I'll be here typing or reading, and then the next thing I know, it's just like completely dark in the house. And so I go around and turn things on and whatever. So it's kind of that spin off from Golden Girls. If you guessed Empty Nest, you would be correct. But it has kind of taken a toll on me, like just trying to write a novel, because my life's different now and I'm constantly focusing on the difference of my life. So I'm sure it'll get better and I'll handle it in about a week or so. But because it is such like a shock to the system, um, it's just very strange and I'm not used to it. So there's that. Um, so that happened. And I mean, I guess that's pretty much all of the things that are happening to me. But I thought I would go over some of the stuff I've been reading. Should I just get the books out? I probably should. Okay, let me do this. Sorry, everybody. You should have had this taken care of. Bofo. Okay. So, I guess the first thing I read was The Long Goodbye by Raymond Chandler. Considered probably his best work. And, I mean, I guess it is. It's very autobiographical. It's about a guy who Philip Marlowe runs into like 3 or 4 times over the course of months, and then they start like having a drink together around 5 at this bar whenever he comes by. And he's a completely different person to Philip Marlowe. He married rich and has money, and but he's not like a super snob or anything like that. So, long story short, that guy gets into some trouble, and Philip Marlowe, probably against his better judgment, helps him out, and because of the help he gave, like his world kind of collapses around him, and he has to try to figure everything out. Um, but it is a very well written book. It's pure Philip Marlowe amazingness. Then I read The High Window out of this edition. Damn it. But basically, there was some rich lady hires Philip Marlowe to find this missing coin, and she knew it was stolen, but because of family stuff and the fact that she's pretty sure someone in the family was the one who stole it, she doesn't want to go to the cops, and she doesn't want anyone to get in trouble, and all this other stuff. And in like a lot of other Philip Marlowe stories, he gets hired on one case but ends up solving another one along with it that just happened to fall apart in his lap. And then Farewell, My Lovely. I think I said this before. This is kind of one of my least favorite, but the ending to this I love. And in Killer in the Rain, it has a bunch of things, a bunch of short stories that were glued together to make this. And this is the only case, I think, out of all of them that I'll say I think the short stories by themselves were probably better than this book. So that's that. And then I did more rereads, and like, I'm trying to think. These were audiobooks too. But like after watching that fucking Murder on the Orient Express trailer, I listened to that again. Oh, and I have that. No, I don't. It's over there. Okay. And that's a great story. And the Mysterious Affair at Styles is amazing. Um, that was the first Poirot book, and it has Hastings in it, which I like. So for Poirot, people, and since the Agathon's coming up, those are definitely two books, if you haven't read yet, that you should go after. And then I read Black Coffee, which was a play that Agatha Christie wrote because she didn't like how the stage versions of her books were like how they ended up. So she decided she would just write a play, and then in like '98 someone um, adapted that play and put it into a book. And it's okay, but it's like I don't know why I was expecting more, but like it was okay. It wasn't anything amazing. And then I finished reading Women by Bukowski, and that book started off really slow for me for some reason. And it was like the first like tenth of the book. It was like such a ordeal for me to read a page and turn it. But after that, I just burned through it and finished it in a day, and really enjoyed it. And then moved on to Hollywood, which I also read in a day, but did not like as much. And in the book, like, Women is basically about all the women he's been with and stuff. And some of the women he's been with have better stories than others. Hollywood is basically about the making of the movie Barfly, which he wrote. But there were a lot of things in that book that were like kind of too close to home for me about just like the film industry kind of stuff that I just didn't want to revisit. And so that was just like whatever. But I think when Bukowski is successful, he loses his muse. Because during that time, he was married and that was going well. He bought a house, he got a BMW, he um, had a swimming pool, you know. Like, he was still writing and still doing good, but I think the thing that people gravitated towards him for was his observation of the seediness of LA and human nature and his life as a alcoholic and the horrible choices he would make constantly. And so when you take all that away, like, I don't think he has the I don't think it's like he's sold out. I think it's like someone took his muse and left him in a nice house. So he could still write. He still has the ability to do that. He could still type. He could still bust poems out and short stories whenever he feels like it and whatnot. It was still good, but it didn't have that zing that the first four Henry Chininsky novels had. So other than that, that's kind of what's been going on. Um, I'm still writing, but I'm writing shorter stuff, and I'm going to start putting a lot of the stuff I write on my website. Um, and yeah, so that's it. Also, I finished the second Paperback Junkie book, zine thing. Um, but I just want to know if people are interested in getting that. Like, um, if it's something that you want, I'll continue doing it. But if not, I'll just put that stuff online. So it's up to you, not up to me. So I'll be probably doing a couple more videos today because I feel like I forgot to do some over the weekend. So see you in a few, BookTube.